the appreciation. Again, just like the logistics, a lot of times, you can't do it without them. And I'm really glad that you did that. And I can't wait to read about it. Barrett, I know, like I said, we were tight on time, mostly due to my own scheduling faux pas here, but a couple things just to kind of wind this up. First, where can our listeners find out more about you, and where can they go to order your book, sir?
Well, my website is www.btillman.com, and it has various pages that describe my previous books, what I'm doing now, and it contains some unpublished writing that still appeals to me, a couple of short stories, even some poetry. So that's the easiest way to learn about me. The best source for my books is, as with most authors these days, Barnes & Noble usually has a pretty good selection of my volumes on the shelf, and all of my books, both those that are currently in print and those that are out of print but still available, are on barnesandnoble.com or on amazon.com. So among all those sources, just about anything I've ever had published between two covers is still available.
Oh, that's great. I found Enterprise at barnesandnoble.com, and I noticed too you also have a lot of your books have been made into audiobooks as well.
Yeah, Simon & Schuster was especially good in that regard, and has made Enterprise and Whirlwind available in audiobooks, and a couple of other publishers had audiobooks for my Curtis LeMay biography, and some of my fiction from Tor Forge also, I think, is still available on tape or CD. So there's a pretty good variety out there.
Yeah, so I mean, for the audience that we have listening to podcasts, a lot of people, commute, travel, whatnot, and between podcasts and audiobooks, it's a great way to pass the time and to learn about good things. So I think that is good to point out. Now, I'll wrap this up. I know you've got some work going on right now with Stephen Kuntz, a new book that'll be published in May. You want to give the listeners a little taste, maybe?
You bet. Most readers of military fiction are well familiar with Steve. He broke into the literary firmament with his first novel, his first book, in about 1984, Flight of the Intruder, which later was a successful movie. And I think Steve now has written something over 20 books. Nearly all of them have been New York Times bestsellers. But the foundation of Flight of the Intruder was Steve's experience as a two-tour A-6 intruder pilot in the Vietnam War. So he and I have been partners and friends for about 30-some years.
Wow.
About 4 years ago, going on 5 years ago, actually, he called me and asked if I would like to work with him on a nonfiction book about the Tan-Hoa Bridge, which was the most notorious target, not just in North Vietnam, but throughout Southeast Asia between 1965 and 1972. Well, it turned out that I had already started a contingency data file on that subject. And over the subsequent 4 years, Steve and I collaborated on a major book that I'm glad to say is going to be the definitive volume on the subject, because we were extremely fortunate in getting a good deal of new, or at least rare, material from the Vietnamese side of the story. And therefore,
wow,
we're telling it not just from both sides, but from all sides. And we deal with the U.S. Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Potomac Front in Washington, D.C., as well as the overall view from Hanoi down to the unit level for the anti-aircraft regiment that defended Tan Hoa Bridge. So sort of a long way around the block to say we've told the story as thoroughly as we possibly could, and we're really enthused about it.
I can't wait. That, as I said in my note to you, I Tom Clancy and Stephen Kuntz, when I was a young sailor, though, I couldn't wait for their books to come out, and just this topic alone sounds so riveting, and I guess the 360 that you have around it is going to be pretty powerful. So this publishes in May, I believe I saw on your website?
Yeah, about May 14th, I believe, coming out from DeCapo.
Okay. Well, what I'll do, Barrett, if it's okay with you, I'll reach out to you as we get closer to that published date. Make sure that maybe we get, 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe even with Stephen, and just talk about the book, see if we can promote it as much as possible, and get it as much as a successful launch as we can. That would be a lot of fun.
Well, that's awfully good of you, and I'm pretty confident Steve would be happy to talk with you.
Well, that's great. Well, I as you can tell, I'm not shy about reaching out, especially with a lot of folks that I truly admire, and you're certainly one of them. And Stephen, like I said, he reading Flight of the Intruder and then Final Flight and then down the line for me was a lot of fun. But just yourself, I just spoke with Jim Hornfisher not that long ago too. The incredible ability that all of you have of putting you in a front row, like you're in the middle of the action. I mean, that's a great skill set to be that good a storyteller, and really bring history alive. And in Stephen's case, I'm sure a lot of Flight of the Intruder was somewhat autobiographical, especially the events. But at any rate, I don't want to keep you any longer. You've been very, very patient with me today. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, and I look forward to catching up every now and then. Send you a note here and there, and I look forward to having you back when Dragon's Jaw is on its way out.
I appreciate that. I'll look forward to it.
All right, sir. Thanks again, and have a good day, sir.
Bye for now, sir.